grip. And when she finally learns to breathe in peace without suspicion, hers no longer the fierce, defensive beauty of survival, but the soft radiance of someone who no longer needs the storm to feel alive. There are women who move through the world like poetry, graceful, composed, self-contained, yet when you look into their eyes, something unspoken lingers there. A silence too deep, a gaze too knowing. It isn't sadness exactly, it's recognition, the kind you feel when you stand before someone who has already survived several lifetimes inside one. You sense it before she speaks. The way she measures her words. The subtle caution behind her laughter. The invisible armor behind her softness. She smiles, but there's calculation in it, not manipulation, but vigilance. Every gesture is both invitation and test. Are you safe? Most people mistake this for mystery, allure, or emotional distance. But it is something older, heavier, it is the residue of a dark past. A dark past doesn't always mean obvious tragedy. Sometimes it's years of emotional neglect. Sometimes it's growing up in silence, learning that love equals pain, or that vulnerability invites betrayal. The darkness is not just what was done to her, it's what she had to become to survive it. You can meet such a woman at any stage of life, in an office meeting, at a coffee shop, online, and you'll feel a subtle pull. She's magnetic, not because she tries to be, but because she feels real. She carries depth, and that depth was not born from peace, it was carved by fire. The unseen weight of a woman's history. Every human being carries a story. But some stories have been edited by survival, rewritten not with ink, but with silence. A woman with a dark past does not announce her pain, she conceals it behind layers of adaptation. You won't see the scars unless you know how to read energy, behavior, and silence. Her life has been shaped by experiences that forced others built memories. Psychology calls it trauma. Jung called it the shadow, the unconscious repository of all we repress, deny, or fear within ourselves. When a woman has lived through darkness, betrayal, abuse, abandonment, shame, that shadow grows dense. It hides behind beauty, intelligence, charm. It wears masks of competence, humor, or detachment. Yet beneath them, her nervous system remembers every wound. You might notice it when she flinches at unexpected affection, or when she seems distant you might see it in how she can read a room instantly, scanning for danger, anticipating emotional shifts before they happen. Her sensitivity is not intuition alone, it's vigilance, refined by years of surviving uncertainty. And yet, her darkness is also what gives her depth. Her pain has made her perceptive, self-aware, empathic. She can sit with your silence because she has faced her own. But loving such a woman requires discernment. The Stoics taught that wisdom begins in observation, seeing reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. If you learn to observe without judgment, to sense the hidden language of her behavior. Not to diagnose. Not to fix. But to see. What follows are 10 signs, not of weakness, not of doom, but of history. Each is a window into how the past shapes the present, how survival leaves fingerprints on the soul. Sign 1, her eyes tell stories she'll never speak. Her eyes are her biography. They hold what words have learned to conceal. There's a quiet depth, a stillness that feels older than her age. Sometimes they seem tired, even when she's smiling. Sometimes they flash with intensity at random moments, as if an old memory just stirred beneath the surface. She doesn't need to tell you about her past, her eyes already. The human gaze is more than sight, it's energy exchange. Psychologists say the eyes reveal affect regulation, how a person manages emotional states. When someone has endured years of instability or fear, their eyes often carry two energies at once, alertness and fatigue. They are always watching yet longing for rest. You'll notice it when she enters a crowded space. Her eyes sweep the environment before she positions herself near an exit, subconsciously ensuring safety. This isn't paranoia, it's conditioning. Her nervous system was trained to expect the unexpected. And yet those same eyes can soften in an instant. When she feels safe, they become luminous, pure, alive, magnetic. It's as if a light hidden behind a curtain suddenly glows. Between vigilance and vulnerability, is the telltale signature of someone who has lived through darkness. Jung would say her eyes reveal the integration battle between ego and her conscious self. The conscious self strives for peace. The two meet, and the result is that haunting kind of beauty that both attracts and unsettles. Sign 2, she distrusts love, even when she craves it. She wants to love. She truly does. But love terrifies her, not because she doubts its existence, but because she knows its cost. To someone who has walked through darkness, love is no longer an innocent word. She remembers what love felt like when it was unsafe, when promises came with pain, when "I love you" was followed by abandonment. So, even when her heart longs for connection, her mind whispers caution before returning a compliment. She may deflect your affection with humor. She may appear strong, independent, even emotionally distant, not because she feels nothing, but because feeling too much once broke her. Exposure. And exposure once meant danger. The paradox of love and fear. Paradox in those who have been deeply hurt, they crave what they fear most. They want love, yet they cannot fully trust it. They desire closeness, yet they pull away when it's offered. It's not inconsistency, it's protection. Her nervous system has learned that safety requires control, and love requires surrender. Those two realities cannot coexist easily inside her. Jung would say she is torn between eros, the longing for union, illusion. To love is to dissolve the ego, to risk merging, trusting, being seen. Wounded, that's not romance, it's terror. Her shadow tells her that surrender is vulnerability, and vulnerability leads to pain. So she loves carefully, conditionally, as if standing near a fire she cannot step too close to. The Stoic view, trust is the hardest virtue. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." For her, love has been dyed by fear. Even when she meets a good man, her mind still interprets tenderness through the lens of old pain. She doesn't see you, not fully, she sees the echoes of what once was. To the Stoic, trust is not blind faith, it's earned calmness. She of safety is rebuilt. That takes time, not words, not promises, but consistency. The Stoics would remind us that patience is an act of love. It is the refusal to rush what the soul has not yet healed. If you ever love such a woman, understand this: her hesitation is not rejection. Her testing is not manipulation. It's the only way she knows to measure if she can rest in your presence without fear of collapse. The hidden test. She will test you, not overtly, but emotionally. She might retreat just when things become intimate. She might provoke mild distance to see if you will chase, criticize, or remain steady. It's not a game. It's a subconscious reenactment of her old wounds. "You'll be here when I'm not easy to love." Many men fail this test because they respond with frustration or ego. But the test is sacred, if you see it rightly. It is her soul's way of confirming whether safety can coexist with affection, something she has never fully known. The Stoics taught the importance of constancy, the ability to remain unmoved by external fluctuations. If you embody calm when she slowly, her fear of love begins to dissolve. The inner war. The dark past leaves her with two opposing voices. One says, "Don't get close. People hurt you." The other whispers, "Please don't leave. I'm tired of being alone." This war is invisible to the world but exhausting to her spirit. She doesn't want to sabotage love, she simply doesn't know how to without expecting pain. It's not you she distrusts, it's her own memory. Every tender gesture is filtered through the question, is this safe? Or is this how it starts again? And so she oscillates, warm one moment, distant the next. Not because she is cold, but because her body remembers what her mind tries to forget. The healing path. The answer is not to fix her. The answer is to see her, fully, quietly, without agenda. Jung taught that healing begins in integration, the acceptance of both light and shadow. When a woman with a dark past begins to feel accepted in her entirety, without needing to hide her defenses, profound happens. Her heart relaxes. She starts to trust that love can exist without domination,